Hey, how are you guys? Ray coming to you from the PDC. Today just want to go over a few things regarding warm-up before a push-pull upper body arm style workout. So a lot of people that I've worked with over the years have issues with shoulders, cranky shoulders, injuries. It's the most mobile joint in the body, so joints that have a fair amount of movement are going to have more risk for injury, overuse type injuries, especially as we get older down the road. You can develop some of those chronic cranky shoulders for a number of reasons, whether it be shoulder impingement or rotator cuff issues or a labrum tear, a small tear, something of that nature. So what I try to kind of preach with anyone that I'm teaching as far as warm-ups go for any type of upper body workout, how to keep the shoulder stable and also mobile at the same time. So how we do that is making sure that we warm up properly and try to warm up in a pain-free manner. So what I'm going to show you guys today is just a go-to warm-up for any upper body style workout, and then I'll show you a few things we can do for upper body today. So what I would say as far as equipment goes, you're not going to need a lot today. A band is going to be something that's going to work really good for the warm-up. Typically what I start someone with, if you guys have done any of my classes or any of my sessions, you're going to be familiar with some of these. This is called an over and back. I'm just going to take a very light resistance band. Any type of band that you have is fine because I can move the band and widen it, and start with what's called an over and back. So I'm just going to lock my wrist up, and I just start people with a raise up over the head, starting there. We want this to be pain-free. Open up the chest, make sure the shoulders, everything feels okay, then come back down to the front. And over and back, technically, you want to be able to go all the way around if it's pain-free. If it's not, maybe you can only get here, that's as far as I'd want you to go. Sometimes if someone is a little tight, I might have them pull the band apart a little bit more and go towards the base of the neck. And then eventually you try to go a little further each time, but I'm not forcing this here. I'm going where the shoulders are gonna let me go. So I can get all the way back and forth. I do these all the time. I do them before even my lower body workouts. If I'm doing a barbell back squat and shoulder mobility becomes important for that, I would do that. So over and back, I'd want someone to do about 10 reps. Then you're gonna go into what I call a band pull apart. Palms face the floor, lock the wrist and the elbow, pull apart into the chest, squeezing tight. I'm just gonna show you guys from the side. I'm pulling, I'm squeezing, I'm using control as I release the band. I would do 10 of those as well. I will sometimes have people flip the grip and go palms up versus palms down, whichever feels better on the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. For me, sometimes I go with this palms up grip because then I get less of my traps involved and I feel more that rear shoulder, upper back area, which is your target there. Why are we doing that? Activation of the upper back and rear shoulders creates stability if you were doing a pressing workout. It creates activation if you're doing a pulling workout. So great one to do. Third one of the sequence I like to do is called the no money, or it's just external rotation. Your palms are up, your shoulder width apart, you're tucking the elbows in, grab the band, we pull it apart and pull it into the stomach. I'm trying to pull the band apart, keeping my elbows in, opening that chest. Then I come back in front, I pull it apart into the stomach again. If I show you from the side, again, I'm trying to open up, pull my shoulders back, open my chest. You should feel those rear shoulders. That one I'm in the 10 to 15 rep range. So that is one of the trisets that I have someone do 2 to 3 rounds of before they start any type of upper body workout. Sometimes I may incorporate a face pull. Today we did the no money external rotation instead. So again, what we did, over and back, you'd go 10 here, pull apart, palms up or palms down, lock the elbows and the wrists. You would have 10 there. Then our no money external rotation, elbows in, grasp the band, pull into the stomach, 10 to 15 reps there. Very good for accessing range of motion in the shoulders, warming up the joint. causing activation in the muscles around the shoulder, the rear shoulders, really going to help with any upper body workout before you go into it. One other thing that I like to do, if you don't have a band at home, you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell for this next one. I'm going to go down into a half kneeling position just to show you guys. I'm going to grab a weight I can handle comfortably. Like, this isn't heavy for me. I can hold it, up over my head without any issues. This is called an around the world. This also works on control while we're trying to access range of motion or work on mobility around our head. So I start people by just making a small circle around your head. I'm trying to move with my shoulders primarily, not really moving much. I'm not moving my head, my torso, it's just the shoulders. And then I try to have people, if they can, start taking a bigger loop where they'll reach back further, they'll bring it down in front of the chest. Just making a small circle to start, then you go a little larger like I'm doing here, then I will reverse the movement. I might start smaller, then I'll go into a larger sweeping motion here, making sure I'm not hyperextending my back. These can be done standing. I like to do a little half kneeling. I'm using my legs less, core activation. Again, with this here, I'm working on range of motion in my shoulders, but under load. So there's also some control and stability going on here. I like to do 5 to 10 in each direction, 1 to 2 rounds. Another great way to warm up the shoulders, accessing range of motion, but again, working on some strength too at the same time, so you're controlling that range of motion. Great way to warm up before an upper body workout. So, the takeaway, warming up before a workout is important. Especially, as we get older, it doesn't matter your age, but I've had a hard time in the past selling warming up, like I don't have time. You gotta make time to warm up. It's gonna help you prevent injuries. It's gonna help you perform better on your lifts. And if it's pain-free, that's what we're looking for. Something real simple for today's workout. I'm just gonna go through a couple arm exercises for you guys now that my shoulders and my upper back are warmed up. A set of dumbbells, kettlebells would be fine here. Let's say you don't have a lot of weight at home. That's okay. We can go lightweight today. What we're gonna do is a bicep exercise. We're gonna do what's called a dumbbell curl 21. This is a different version of 21. So 21 is gonna imply 7 reps of 3 different movements or 3 different ranges of motion. Today it's going to be 3 different versions of an arm curl. So this is 21's version 2.0. So I have a weight I could probably handle for 15 to 20 reps, no problem. A lot of times people at home, you're not going to have heavy enough weight. Well, this method technique that we're going to use today is a higher rep exercise. So you don't need a lot of weight. So this will work good. So what we're going to do with this set of dumbbells here, we're going to start with a standard curl. Just turn the palms up, we curl up to the shoulders and come down, and we're going to go 7 reps. So I'm just going to go through it here. I like to let my palms turn in. It feels more comfortable on my elbows as I come back down. So it's that supination motion. I got 1 more, so there's my 7. Then I'm going to switch to a hammer grip. So that's just holding in that neutral grip position. I'm still doing full range. I'm not swinging the weights at all. I'm going a little slower, so there's a little time under tension. Works good if you don't have a lot of weight. And I got 1 more. Arms are starting to light up a little bit. Then my third movement is a reverse curl. This is probably the hardest of the 3, if you ask me. So I'm gonna keep my elbows in and just reverse, lift up and lower down. If this one's a little harder for you, you could go lighter on this one, so you can use a different amount of weight for each one. To be time efficient, I'm using the same weight. Good. Okay, so that's 7, 7, and 7. That's a different version of 21, so it's 3 different grip positions. Palms up, neutral grip or a hammer grip, and then a reverse grip. It's gonna hit the muscles different throughout the arm, and I just got a pretty good arm pump. A lot of fatigue. We're working on metabolic stress there. Feels pretty good. I would do 2 to 3 rounds of those. I'm gonna rest about 90 seconds before I do my next set. I'm not going to show you guys another round, but you can do that one on your own. So that's our bicep exercise. That one's going to hit all the muscles in the arm. What we want to do for our second movement is hit the triceps. So I showed you guys that around the world. I'm going to have you guys go down in that half kneeling position. You're going to grab a set of dumbbells and we're going to do an overhead skull crusher. So if we go through that warm-up that we went through, we should be able to access this range of motion without any issue. We're going to go up over the head, set of dumbbells. I'm going to hold them together. I'm going to let my elbows flare out. I'm going to be real tight in my core. I'm going to go behind the head, then I'm going to extend up. So that's our overhead tricep extension. Some people call this a French press or a skull crusher. I don't care what you guys call it. We just want to go through a high rep count. So I'm picked a weight where I can get north of 20 reps. I'm going to go through it until I can't do any more. So I'm really pumping up those tris. I feel my shoulders. I got 5 more. And I'm gonna rest. So my tris are on fire there. Again, high rep count, lower weight. I'm resting 15 seconds. Then I'm gonna force out as many more as I can do. If I was really fatigued, it shouldn't be too much more. So there's my rest. And I'm gonna force more out. I should be already pretty fatigued here. So I shouldn't have too many more left in the tank, and I don't. All right, not too bad. So that is called a rest pause set. So you go to failure on your set, rest about 15 seconds, maybe 20, force out as many more reps as you can do. Shouldn't be more than 5. If you went to failure, that's called a rest pause set. What I did there, I would do 2 rounds. So today, what I went over with you guys, how to warm up before an upper body workout, making sure that those shoulders have good range of motion, they're warmed up, they're pain-free, and they're activated. We went through our bicep exercise, we went through our tricep exercise. That's it from me today, you guys. Hope you enjoy the workout. Give it a try. It's a good one. Take care.